On IMDb, Godzilla Jack says X-Men Origins Wolverine is the best movie since Casablanca. Romance, action, horror, espionage. It's all here, and Hugh Jackman is your tour guide through this force to triumph. A film truly ahead of its time, just like its star, Will.i.am. I know in the bottom of my heart that this epic odyssey of claws and capers will be regarded with a warm reverence by future generations. Directed by Hideo Kojima. 10 stars.
Okay. Sounds like you just saw the trailer. Like, yo, this movie's gonna be great.
This was written in March of 2020.
Huh.
I also was not making a joke. They wrote Hugh Jackman.
I think that's where he got his name, because he is a huge, jacked man.
He wasn't always, though, because he's really more of a song and dance man when you get into it.
That's true. And if you see X-Men 1, he's not yoked. Like, he's in good shape, but he's not, like, fucking yoked.
Yeah, he gets bigger as time goes on.
Yeah, and I think back then he was Hugh Jackman, and now he's Huge Jackman.
I think you're correct. You're absolutely right. Hello, and welcome to the Royds Review Podcast. I'm Rob.
And I'm Andy, bub.
And we are back once again to talk X-Men Origins, X-Men Origins Wolverine.
That's the first pair of jeans. The Origins.
Andy, how you doing? I don't have a rhyme. I blew that from the jump.
That's all right, Robbie. I'm good. I would like to say snicked.
Oh,
Yeah.
Very controversial.
Yeah. How about you, Robbie? How are you?
I'm doing well. You already said bub, so I guess I got nothing to say.
You could say that you're the best at what you do. You're the best there is at what you do.
You know what I'll do? I'll just go feral. So I'm just gonna sniff around a bunch and dig some holes.
Yeah. Berserker Robbie.
That'll be good to listen to, right?
Yeah. Grow out them burns, brother.
Ooh, those Mr. Burns.
Nice.
I'll just get tattoos that say excellent down my face.
Yeah.
Andy, how you be?
I done be good. Let me tell you about the year of 2009, though.
Oh, we're jumping right into this.
Yeah, why not? By the way, it's the year of our Megazord. I don't know if you knew that.
I was aware that.
Yeah. I'm going to start at number 15.
Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, it's X-Men Origins Wolverine. Comes in at number 15 with...
What a rhyme! How did you rhyme and you were just going to move past it?
I didn't even realize, Robbie.
X-Men Origins Wolverine coming in at number 15. You could have done it reverse and made the rhyme actually sound good. Andy, what is this, your first podcast?
I'm a poet and I didn't even realize.
Very good, very good. If you've ever listened to a podcast, every single one of them constantly rhymes.
That's not true.
Yeah. Yep.
You're listening to rap albums.
It's just music. That's a weird thing, real quick. When I was a kid in like 8th grade, we were doing a poetry thing, and this kid was like, they're trying to turn us into rappers. It's like, bro, you know every song has rhyming lyrics, right? That's like a thing of all music.
I wouldn't say every song, Rob.
Not every song, but typically in almost every genre, the lyrics rhyme.
Yeah. Usually.
And like, for some reason, society has gotten this weird thing where it's like, oh, if it's rhyming, it must be rap. It's like, what? What?
That's a dumb guy thing.
You said it.
That's true. I mean, it's, I would say like 90% of music, the lyrics rhyme. But rap is like, it's known for it.
Would you say that in music, the lyrics rhyme most of the time?
Yes. X-Men Origins Wolverine had $373 million worldwide. Number 14 is Monsters vs. Aliens.
I saw that in theaters.
That's a Supreme Court case. That's $381 million. I hear it's very good. I hear it's funny.
I don't really remember it.
I know Stephen Colbert was the president, and that's great casting.
Yeah.
Number 13 is Star Trek with $385 million. Number 12, Night at the Museum, Battle of the Smithsonian, $413 million.
The third Night at the Museum movie? Or the second? That was 2009? I would have thought that was much later than that.
Is Battle of the Smithsonian the third or the second one?
Or maybe it's the second one. But I
have no
still
idea.
would have thought it was later than that. Regardless, continue.
I only saw the first one.
I've seen all of them. They're enjoyable.
Yeah, I like the first one.
I even watched the new animated one on Disney Plus.
Really?
Yeah,
All right. Good time?
it was alright.
Okay. Number 11, Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Squeakquel, with $443 million.
Next week's episode.
I did not know that.
It's not. It's not.
I would have quit, Robbie. Number 10, The Hangover, with $468 million.
That took over the world.
Yes, it did.
And it's good on the first watch, and then you can never revisit it.
Yep. I also never watched the sequels.
You mean the Squeakquels? They were also called the
Squeakquels,
Squeakquels,
oh,
which
shit,
is weird. Yeah.
Yeah, Alvin really took the world by storm.
Yeah.
Number 9 is Angels and Demons, with $485 million. Number 8 is Sherlock Holmes with $524 million. I remember seeing the sequel to this with you in theaters.
I
and
saw
fell
both of them in
asleep.
theaters.
I think I only saw... No, I saw the first one too, I think.
I liked the first one.
Yeah, it was good.
And then I don't remember anything about the second one.
It was more the same thing.
I could also do without Robert Downey Jr.'s like weird accent.
I don't remember, to be completely honest.
That's fair.
Number 7, The Twilight Saga, New Moon, $709 million. Damn. Up. Jesus Christ. Up?
Yeah. I'm familiar.
Something. Just, I thought that came out way earlier. I don't know. Feeling
Did you
old.
really?
Yeah.
No, that sounds about this time.
I also just saw Inside Out 2.
Oh, how was that?
It was excellent.
I have no interest in it.
Robbie!
I've been really unimpressed with Disney's latest output, and I'll wait till it's on Disney Plus.
This is Pixar, Robbie.
Okay, I've been uninterested in Pixar's output lately, too.
Robbie!
I'm not looking forward to Toy Story 5.
Me neither, but I'm gonna see it.
I have no fucking interest in that.
Listen, they could bounce back.
I have no interest in Shrek 5 either, so...
Oh, I'm in. I'm in for Shrek 5.
No, fuck that noise.
Okay, Up is $735 million. I have a controversial opinion about Up. I think it peaks in the first 10 minutes where it makes you bawl your eyes out.
Yeah, that's because you like when women die.
Wow. I think the rest of the movie is all right.
I mean, I saw it once. I enjoyed it. The guy looks like my grandfather, so...
He does look like your grandfather.
like, that's all we talked about when that movie came out. I was like, Grandpa, that guy just looks like you.
But I also only saw it once, so maybe I'm an asshole. Number 5 is 2012.
I did not see that.
$769 million. I know that they have to, like, go to the core of the earth to, like, cool it down or some shit.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Or that could be a different movie. I don't know. Email in. roysreview@gmail.com.
Yeah. Tell us
Yeah.
about the movie or the year 2012. What were you up to?
Yeah.
Did you die in a disaster?
Yeah, what were they up to in that movie, but also what were you up to in that year? Number 4 is Transmorphers Revenge of the Fallen with $836 million. Jesus.
Those movies make money. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
I've never seen a single one.
I saw the first one and I said, that's all right.
That's a pizza pie.
That is what I said.
That's a weird thing to say. You saw a
yeah,
Transformers
well,
movie.
I was eating pizza.
In the theater. You brought pizza into the theater.
I didn't say I saw it in theaters, Robbie.
You know what? That's fair. I just kind of assumed. Did you see it in theaters?
No.
I don't believe you.
Actually, I saw it in a friend's basement and I watched it in black and white because there was something wrong with their TV.
You have told me that before, actually. Yeah.
It was so hard to identify the different characters. They're all just big metal blobs in black and white. I was like, I don't know who's who.
I'd imagine without color, it takes away the intrigue of a movie like that.
Yeah, I didn't really watch the movie. I was eating pizza and hanging out with my chums. You know?
like the chum bucket.
Yep.
Girl hanging out the chum bucket from SpongeBob.
Krabby Patty secret formula. That was my best plankton. It wasn't great, but, you know.
It was fine.
Thank you. Number 3 is Ice Age: Dawn of the Dinosaurs with $886 million. I had no idea Ice Age was such a hot IP. That is a lot of money.
I saw the first 2 Ice Age movies, and I quite enjoyed them both.
Yeah, I saw the first one in theaters on my mom's birthday.
Oh, wow. Oh, you mentioned that before, too.
Yeah, I think, and I've shown several, because there's like 8 of these movies. I show them, you know, at school, and they're good time. They're good time for the most part. My woolly mammoth.
If you make one good children's movie, that will be a franchise that will make money for the rest of time.
Yeah, Despicable Me, making billions, brother.
Yeah. There are 14 Land Before Time movies.
Damn. Well,
Also,
number 2 is...
Real
go
quick
ahead.
before you do that. Ice Age, Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, shit.
We gotta go. Zombie dinosaurs or something. Deborah.
All right. Number 2 is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince with $933 million.
The king's like, please, you have to help my son. He's lost half of his blood.
Oh, he's dead, dude. That dude's dead.
That's what that means, right?
No, Robbie. I don't think. I don't know. I don't really remember. That's the best
No.
book, though.
The Half-Blood Prince. It's about spoilers if you haven't read the 6th Harry Potter book that came out almost 20 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
It's Snape's the Half-Blood Prince because it turns out he's a half-blood.
Huh. Yeah, and he kills Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, number 1 is Avatar with $2.7 billion.
Previous episode.
Previous episode. That's true. I totally forgot about that.
Well,
Check
a
it
lot of
out.
people forgot about that.
Yeah. Also, previous episode in this year, Fast and Furious. No, wait. We didn't do that one yet because that's the 4th one, but they named it the same as the first one.
Did they really?
Yeah. It's not the Fast and Furious. It's just Fast and Furious.
That's silly.
That is silly. We should probably talk about the movie we're here to talk about.
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Wolverine.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you the story of when I had to be about 15 or 16 years old? I went to Chicago to see a cousin who's about 20 years older than I am. And so we're staying at his house, and he took us to the Chicago Zoo. And we were with his like nephew, this little 10-year-old weenie. And the kid walks up to this woman at the zoo and goes, "Excuse me, do you have Wolverines?" And me and my older cousin were laughing our asses off. And she goes, "We don't have Wolverines, but we do have wolves," which also made us laugh. Not the same thing at all. But we were kept laughing. And then the woman looks at us and goes, "You two do know Wolverines are a real animal, right?" And the answer to that question is no, I did not.
Yeah. Don't you have leg on your face, Robbie?
I did. But then when I looked it up and I was like, wait a second, why did this woman suggest to go see the wolves?
It sounds similar.
I think she was talking to just a 10-year-old boy.
Yeah. Like you want to see something with teeth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, me and my like 36-year-old cousin were like laughing our asses off until we looked stupid. But he looked stupider than I did because again, he was 36. I was about 15 or 16.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like a Canadian badger type thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also a sex move, the Canadian Badger.
Nice.
Give her the old Canadian Badger, brother.
Yeah, brother.
As always, I prefer the comic book Marvel intro with the pages flipping as opposed to this epic one we have now.
Yeah.
We open in 1845 in the Northwest Territories in Canada. There's a little sick boy being comforted by his friend. His father's taking care of him.
So I got a question off the bat.
Off the bat. Is it a baseball bat or like a bat?
It's a fruit bat. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It also has an answer, but my first question is, whose dad? You know, like everybody's like father, and then somebody else comes in like father. No, like, how many dads does this guy have? This is very progressive for 1840 whatever. But then, you know, it turns out answer is it's the guy he kills. That's his dad.
Yeah, because at first he's talking to this guy who he thinks is his dad.
Yeah.
And his friend, Victor, who turns out to be Sabretooth, that's the innkeepers or like the housekeepers or whatever, at least in the comics. He works at their house.
Okay. So
Sabretooth's dad, but then it turns out he's the actual father of James or Logan.
Here's a follow-up question.
Because that's real quick. That's why the wife and him were fighting, because he was going to tell him the truth.
I see.
Questions.
Follow-up question is, what's the point?
It's just backstory.
It just never comes back.
I think it's to establish why Sabretooth or Victor would want to kill Logan so badly. Because he killed his dad.
I guess. But
and it's just
like,
to add trauma.
He's like real chummy. Like he's only tracking down Wolverine because he's like, we gotta hang out again. We're brothers.
That is not why he's tracking him down.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like the whole time throughout the movie, they're like, oh, he's like, oh, what happened to Victor after I left? And they're all like, you know, he thought that you abandoned him, so you know, he kind of went off the deep end. And then like at the end, he's like, I still don't forgive you. And he's like, nah, we're brothers.
I think it's pretty heavily implied that like Victor was held captive by Stryker for a long time. Until he was willing to yeah.
You know, I don't think this movie is very well written. There you go.
I mean, I agree with that.
I think it's a loosey-goosey. Real loosey-goosey with its plot. But I'm just saying, what's the point of all this baby daddy drama when they're killed off and nobody ever talks about it again?
This is also in the comics, I think.
Yeah, but like...
I think it was just a nod, like, hey, listen, let's just do a quick little thing as a nod to the I think this is the strongest part of the movie.
This?
Yeah, I think this opening and the opening credits are the best part of this movie.
The credits, for sure.
I think
I'll give you the credits.
It peaks at the credits.
I agree.
But I quite enjoyed this. Like when he kills his real father and his mom turns around to him and goes, "What are you?"
Yes. I just think like the baby daddy drama, I think you just kind of like just have him accidentally kill his dad in a less convoluted kind of I don't really give a shit way.
He heard, but what happened was no, I totally get it because his actual father is coming in to tell him the truth. His mother is trying to stop him.
Yeah.
The guy who is his dad, but not really his dad, his non-biological father, goes out to stop it. He hears a fucking gunshot.
Sure.
So the guy who's raised him is now dead. So now he goes out. He unleashes, that causes his mutation, you know, the extra mutation where his claws now come out.
Yeah.
So now his mother sees, I think it sets up a lot of things. It sets up the fact that he really doesn't have a family. It sets up the fact that he's got the trauma of not only seeing the man who was raising him is dead, he kills his own biological father.
Sure. I just don't like, it never comes back to anything.
Because they're dead.
Yeah, but like they don't mention it. They don't like I don't know. I think because the whole theme here is like I'm not an animal, you know, like but like you're kind of an animal, but like you're fighting the urge to be an animal, right?
Yeah.
I think maybe have him kill his dad in a more like, oh, I'm a feral animalistic kind of thing, and then like, you know, that sets up the trauma. But like I also, when it comes to comic book characters and their origin stories, there's two that I don't want to know. And one of them is the Joker. The other one is Wolverine. I think his past being shrouded in mystery is some of the best parts of Wolverine, as well as the Joker. But like, I don't know. I don't give a shit about his backstory. I did really like what you said. I love the montage of him and his brother doing the war stuff. That's the best part.
Real quick, thank you so much for listening. If you want to send us some feedback, send us an email at roydsreview@gmail.com. That's ROYDSREVUE@gmail.com.
You could also find our music on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your music by searching The Royds. That's ROYDS. We have 2 albums and a Christmas song. Hope you like it.
Yes, that I agree with. But I just think that this opening scene with all this, I think this serves somewhat of a purpose. I actually did enjoy this.
Okay. Yeah.
During the best part where we see them first in the Civil War, then we see them in World War I, then we see them storming the beaches at Normandy in World War II.
Yeah, they were there.
I love the animalistic running by Sabretooth here. I think Liev Schreiber is a really good Sabretooth.
I agree. I wish
he was in a better movie.
Yeah. I wish they did a little more with him because he's like I'm a psychopath until he's not, and then he is again, and then it's just I don't know. It's weird.
We see them in the Vietnam War. Wolverine tries to stop Sabretooth because he's going way too far.
I like that. Like gradually, you see like they're fighting all these wars, and you gradually see like Sabretooth is starting to really enjoy the killing.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was really well done. Like he's getting a smirk here and there, and then finally he's just like blasting all these people. Wolverine's like, yo, chill, dude.
Sabretooth always seems to have this taste for blood, though, because he even says to Wolverine when they're kids, he's like, nah, my father deserved it. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. That's truth.
They get sentenced to death by firing squad. I'd like Sabretooth going, wake me when it's over.
Yeah.
And then it's all downhill from there.
Yes, it is.
We see them waking up in like a cell. Stryker comes in and asks them if they want to embrace their true nature and tells them he's putting together a special team. We see the CGI plane that looks absolutely awful. The CG in this movie is terrible.
Right, but like it wasn't in the first, like in the opening credits. Like all that looks great. I think all the budget went there, and they were like, "Oh shit,
I think
we ran out of money."
They did a really smart thing in the opening credits, though, where a lot of it, especially in like the first few war scenes, they kind of shrouded it in these like filters.
Yes, like sepia and all that, like to make it look old. Yeah,
so it kind of covers up the imperfections.
Yeah.
Here, it's like, ooh, guys, the CG looked better in earlier films, like
the other X-Men films.
Yeah.
I mean, Stryker, he was a lot taller when he was younger, huh? Because you see him in X-Men X2. It's Brian Cox. The guy's like 5'2".
Oh shit! Okay, I didn't even put that together.
Yeah, this dude shrunk.
We meet Deadpool or Wade Wilson. He's already annoying Sabretooth. We meet a bunch of other mutants, including Will.i.am. None of them are getting along.
I like how this entire plane ride is just everybody threatening to kill each other.
Yeah.
In various ways.
Yeah, it's very like, we've seen this scene before where it's like, oh, we put together a team of criminals and they all hate each other right off the plate.
Yeah.
We're in Nigeria. Agent Zero uses his super gun abilities or whatever to kill a bunch of dudes. I have no idea what his powers are.
It's guns.
Yeah.
But also he could jump real good.
Yeah, right? Like, what are his powers? He's just gunman.
I don't know. It seems like if you're a mutant in this universe, you could just jump really high as well, because Gambit does it later.
Yeah.
Like, you could all just jump leaps and bounds. It's fine.
I have springs in my shoes, mon ami.
Nice. I think that, like, this entire time, they're like, Wade in your mouth. So it's going to get you in trouble. All things considered, he's really not talking that much.
He's not. That's the thing. He's not even that annoying.
Yeah, he's not, like, obnoxious. Like, he said all the things, like, practically under his breath. He was like, great, we're in an elevator with everybody on a high-protein diet. And everybody's like, wait, shut the fuck up. And he's like, I just muttered something, dude. Relax.
I would bet the delivery annoys them more. Like, saying it under your breath instead of saying it loud and boisterously probably annoys them more. When you say it under your breath, you're, like, trying to annoy people.
Right. Right.
Like
but
if you get into an elevator, right, and you say, "Oh, great, stuck on an elevator with a bunch of dudes on a high protein diet," it's
yeah, I'll
very
probably
clear
laugh
he's
with
trying.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're like, "No, fuck, no, stuck on a bunch." It's like, are you actually mad?
All things considered, I wouldn't be like that guy in his fucking mouth. I'd just be like,
No.
no, it's just Wade. It's whatever.
Especially because they're all talking. It's not like he talks any more than the rest of them.
Yeah. And also, what's his mutant ability? Is it just swords?
He's sword man.
Yeah, he can just move his swords really fast and deflect bullets.
That was so stupid.
It was. And you know what? I didn't even realize that in Deadpool 2, that scene with Cable, and he's like shooting him, but he's like moving the swords. We talked about it previous episode. I didn't realize I was like making fun of this until I watched this again.
Yeah, I didn't either. Previous episode, you mean last week's episode?
I sure does.
I do like, I guess, the guy who becomes the blob later punching the tank and it just explodes.
See, I liked certain interactions where he was just like they were like, I forget what his name was, but they were like a future blob guy, and he's like the tank, and they're like the tank, and he's like, all right, I like that because that shows they've done this before. It's just good. That stuff's good. I didn't really understand. They were like Sabretooth, and he just like scales the building, and that was it. He didn't do anything after that. He just scaled
exactly.
the building.
We just see him climb while everyone else takes the elevator.
Yeah, like what was the point? I don't understand.
Well, this is a thing where a lot of these guys just have like names. Like one of the mutants who can just manipulate electricity and stuff, they're just like Bradley.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah, give him a cool code name,
That's the thing. They didn't even think to give these guys code names that would tie into their comic book names. It's just like, go get him, Gary.
Yeah. That's his code name. Go get him, Gary. There's a lot, and it starts in this scene, but there's a lot of really like generic placeholder cliche lines. Like right when the shooting starts, like Sabretooth turns to Wolverine, he's like, having fun yet? Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Having fun yet?
But
Later,
also,
he even says, well, look what the cat dragged in. Rewrite that. That's so fucking bad. It's 2009, dude.
You might as well have him saying, I scratched and clawed my way here.
I'm Wolverine.
Well, even here, when Deadpool does the sword thing and kills a bunch of guys, we get the lowest level of like Deadpool humor or talking because he goes, okay, people are dead. That's what a corporation thinks like, oh, this is what the people want from Deadpool.
Yeah, they want like dry, nonchalant type humor. That's have you ever even fucking seen Deadpool, brother? And it turns out they have not.
No, because this movie came out long before Deadpool.
Well, I'm talking Robbie.
I mean, this was before even the game.
That's true, but he was a comic book character.
Right? Oh, you're right.
Yeah. I think I read something where the executives were like, once the diamonds appear on his eyes, like later, that's when fans will go crazy.
You could tell that's what they thought.
Yeah, and like, hey, they did go crazy, but not in the way that you had anticipated. They were like, this fucking sucks.
That was terrible.
Yeah, it was. I'm not even a Deadpool fan. And I remember being like, that's fucked.
Yeah. You can always tell, especially in retrospect in these movies, when they thought the audience would go, oh!
Yeah. Like, they have Cyclops in here for no reason.
It's just to establish where Deadpool later on gets his laser vision.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, we're putting... Because, remember, his name from this is because he's a pool of all the powers.
Right.
And so they have Cyclops in here just to establish that, oh, that's how he got laser eyes.
Yeah, it's poop duty crap. That's my 3-word review. All right, let's go to trivia, Robbie.
Stryker wants the source of some rock on the dude's desk. And they're like, it came from the sky.
Yeah, so adamantium is alien technology?
I think it's just a space rock. Just a hard space rock, which I could buy that, sure.
That's probably the origin in the comics,
Yeah,
and
that's not even, and even in a movie world, I'm not questioning that.
That's fine.
That checks.
Yeah.
Wolverine tells Sabretooth that he's done because Sabretooth was just killing villagers for fun, it seems.
Yeah. Even in the montage, the cool part, like at the end, there is like an implied pretty gross thing about to happen. And Wolverine's like, yo, chill, brother.
Yeah, he gives him a look
Chill.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
for those not watching on this audio medium, I'm giving a side eye.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm giving a side eye to my Lego parrot over here who I've put an afro on.
Oh shit, he's looking good.
Yeah, well, it's because one of my mic covers broke and I threw it on his head.
It's looking good, dude.
Yeah. I also hit the mic with the guy. I don't know if you heard that. That'll sound good on the podcast. 6 years later, we're in the Canadian Rockies. Wolverine is just chilling. He's got a lady. He's working as a lumberjack. And I have a question.
Ask away, Robbie.
How does the aging work in these things? And I ask that because, like, he's a kid, but, like, he seemed to age normally as a child until the age of, like, I don't know, 30-ish, when then he just stopped aging.
That seems to be the whole thing with any superpowered being in science fiction. They always stop aging around, like, 30. Superman, all of it.
It's the same thing with, like, the Harry Potter series, because they're normal kids until they're, like, 18, and then they just stay 25 for 400 years.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, at the age of 400, they look like Dumbledore.
Yep. Yeah, it's weird.
We're at a carnival. One of the mutants is just a carny, which actually totally makes sense after all this.
Yeah, I kind of like his like the technopathic ability. I kind of like it.
I dig it. I also
wish they did more.
I kind of wish we got to see more of them working as carnies and just using their little abilities to trick idiots.
Yeah.
But this is the guy who's just named Bradley.
That's Bradley. Bradley breaks bulbs because he breaks light bulbs.
Yep, that's all he does. Yep. Yeah, he like burns that one in the guy's hand.
I thought that was cool. It exploded. That was cool.
Sabretooth shows up to his trailer. He says that Wade is dead. And then he apparently kills Bradley, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't really understand why they did that.
It's weird because they then say that Sabretooth is capturing these guys.
Yeah, but he just killed that guy.
Yeah,
right?
We never see him again.
Yeah, I don't really...
And we don't see Deadpool manipulating electricity.
Yeah, maybe they use that somehow to have Stryker do the input. You know how he was like clickety clackety? It was like decapitate. He wrote decapitate.
Yeah.
That's so fucking bad.
They went through the list of mutants and were like, you know what? Kill Bradley. We don't need electricity powers.
Oh, why don't they just let him? Like, if you don't need electricity powers, just like let him be a carny. Like, he's not hurting anybody.
Well,
like, why are you killing him?
They're bad guys.
I guess. I don't know. You know what it seems like? It seems like the movie's just not well written. Doesn't really know what it was until this point.
I think that's a very good point.
At this point, I should say.
I think that's an excellent, excellent point.
Yeah.
How many times can we say point?
Probably like
point. You know what? A big problem I have with this movie is, especially with the story of this movie, right here, we see Sabretooth kill Bradley.
Yeah.
How about instead of showing Sabretooth kill Bradley, we have Stryker show up to Wolverine, and as an audience, we don't know who's doing it yet.
Yeah.
Add a little bit of intrigue.
Yeah.
And I guess we might be able to put the two and two together that it's Sabretooth.
Right.
But you don't need to show that right away.
No, there's a lot of different ways to make this a better movie. That's one.
You know what I do like? I like that he's smoking a cigar at work.
That's the 70s, baby.
This is, yeah, I guess this is, they're in the 70s here, right? I guess.
I got some trivia later.
Okay. Stryker shows up at the lumber mill. They talk to Wolverine. Agent Zero shoots the cigar out of his mouth, which is pretty cool.
Well, before this, we see Wolverine waking up with night terrors.
Oh, yeah. He has like PTSD because he was in every American war.
Yeah, and she's like, which war? And he's like, all of them.
He has
once.
PTSD because this Canadian decided to get involved in every American war.
Hey, Canada was involved in World War II, I
That's
believe.
true.
She got nicked by one of his claws. Here's a question. How about you get separate beds? Seems to be something that happens often.
Yeah, because she goes, we need to get new sheets again.
She peed.
Yeah, she pissed the bed, brother.
Yeah, I would too if I got fucking snicked right in the middle of my sleep.
Yeah, you know what I would do? I would wring it out into my mouth.
Yo, chill the fuck out, Rob. Oh my God, I hope you keep that in so everybody knows you're a fucking degenerate. Oh my God. But yeah, get separate beds because
Because she keeps pissing in it.
yeah, no, Robbie, there is no piss.
Put that plastic covering on it.
Robbie, I'm talking about the claws, Rob.
Oh, the piss
Yeah.
clause. It's like if
Because-
you keep pissing in this bed.
It's like you could do your snuggles, you could do your F's and snuggles, and then be like, all right, I'm going to bed, and just go one bed over in the same room, and you won't, possibly die
Do you think?
because Wolverine had a nightmare.
Here's a question. Do you think when he's finger blasting her, like she has the intrusive thoughts of use the claw?
I doubt it, Robbie,
That's fair.
because she'd probably die. Them claws are big, Robbie,
That's
and
true.
sharp.
That's why she wants.
Robbie.
Wolverine and Kayla Silverfox are driving. They just get stopped because these guys are just standing in the road for some reason.
Yeah, there's like the most ornery people on Earth. Like, hey, I ain't moving. I'm in the middle of conversation here. Like, you're being unreasonable. So-
Have these guys work for Stryker or something. Have a
Yeah,
reason
well-
for these guys to be stopping Wolverine and Silver Fox.
Yeah, but then we get the demonstration of her power of persuasion.
I get that, and that's good.
I honestly wish that they use that more because it's really cool.
I agree. Oh wow, another cool thing they didn't use in this movie.
Yeah.
But like having these guys just be dicks, it's like, okay, just don't have people be dicks for the sake of it.
Yeah, nobody is that much of a dick.
Right? Like if you're having a conversation with an old friend and you've stopped on a bridge, hey, let's pull over to the side of the road.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh, all right, I didn't see anybody coming. All right, let me move my car.
100% out of 100% of human beings would do that. I don't care
Yeah.
who you are. You're not going to go, oh, this asshole's trying to drive on the road.
Yeah. Bullshit. Just to back up a little bit, when Stryker shows up at the lumberjack yard or whatever the fuck, they're like, how you doing? And he's like, I'm doing all right. I'm a lumberjack. And then the gun guy, he's like, you make 18 a year. And he's like 18.5 first off, and like I was thinking, like, if this is the 70s, like 18's pretty all right?
Yeah, based on where he's living, he's probably surviving.
But like 18 I feel like 18 in the 70s is probably like middle class, right?
Oh, here, you know what I can do? How much money is $18,500 from, I'm going to say 1970 worth today? Inflation calculator amount. People love this. This is such riveting stuff.
Well, you could do a little snip snap.
Nope. Full thing goes in.
All right. That's what I always say. The full thing goes in, baby. And she says all half an inch.
Ooh. He's living very comfortably.
How much is it?
$18,500 in 1970 is the equivalent in purchasing power to about $149,799.94 today.
Holy shit.
He's making $150K a year.
Yeah, he's good.
And they're making fun of him for being broke.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn. Wow. Wow. Thanks, Obama.
Yeah. We see this weird thing that a lot of movies do where she's telling him a story from her culture while like straddling him and trying to be sexy.
Is that her culture?
Yeah, because she's talking about Native American culture and like their beliefs.
She's Native American?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, Kayla Silverfox.
Is the actress Native
I
American?
don't know if the actress is, but that's the that's the character.
Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah. But like she's talking about all this stuff, but movies do this a lot where it's like could you imagine a woman like straddling you and be like, and then God said to Abraham,
Yeah.
you will kill your firstborn son. And it's like, I'm getting hard, but I don't know if I'm supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah. It is,
Like,
that is strange.
It's just weird. She's like, and then they tricked the man and they called him the Wolverine. And like and then he breaks the tension. He's like, oh, did cuckoo kachoo or whatever. And it's
Yeah.
like, all right, dude, you don't need to make fun of her culture.
Yeah.
Like, I get you're confused by like the messaging here, but
Yeah. I mean,
it's just like that's weird foreplay.
I agree.
It's
That's very
objectively
strange.
very weird.
Yeah. And I didn't notice it until you pointed it out. So.
That's just what I thought about. I was like, I could never imagine someone giving me like their cultural lore while also straddling me.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to the different strip club next time.
Yeah.
This is terrible.
Yeah.
Sabretooth stops Kayla Silverfox. Wolverine senses something is wrong, and then he finds her car, but she's gone. And then he finds her dead in a field.
Yeah. And he shouts to the sky.
Yes, he does. He does the movie shout.
Yeah.
Ah! And it like zooms out, and we see the whole earth.
The whole earth.
You know what's incredibly intimidating?
What?
Sabretooth walks into this bar, looks at the owner, and goes, do you have insurance?
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, what are you about to do to my bar?
Yeah. I did like how, as he's asking, you hear Logan in the back like, Victor! Victor! He's like, oh shit, he's coming. Oh Lord, he are coming.
Wolverine fights Sabretooth. Sabretooth drops some logs on him and throws him in front of a moving truck, and then he breaks his claws. Ouchie.
Yeah, Sabretooth just fucks him up big time.
Yeah.
I get that Logan's been out of, he hasn't
Commish.
been fighting in a long time. But, like, were they always that mismatched? What's going on here?
Well, I think it's a matter of Logan hasn't been doing it, and he's been working for Stryker.
That's true. Yeah, he's just getting better while Logan's sitting on his sweet, supple behind.
Yeah. Wolverine wakes up at the hospital when the doctors are like, there's nothing wrong with this guy.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that they, because that would happen. You bring him in, and they'd be like, what, is this a joke? What is this? This man is in peak physical condition. He's the most healthy man I've ever seen in my life.
Stryker offers Wolverine the tools to kill Sabretooth. We know where this is going.
Yeah. This is really stupid. This is like incredibly, like, if you just stop to think about this for even a second, it's the stupidest thing.
What, this convoluted plan?
Yeah, like they've kidnapped all the other mutants
Yeah.
in this program, but they need his permission for this one?
Yeah, I don't quite understand that one.
That's fucking stupid, Robbie.
Well, they justify it because they say, yeah, because we can't put him under anesthesia, we needed his consent.
I'm sure that they've done some horrid things to all those mutants in the cages.
We watched Sabretooth kill one of them!
Yeah. This is stupid. This is like astronomically stupid.
I agree.
Like, rewrite this plot. It's bad.
It's really bad. This plot is stupid. This is a terrible plot.
Yeah, and then like it goes even deeper later. We'll get to that, but it's like what the long play on this ridiculous plan is insane. You already had Sabretooth beat him.
Yeah.
Pick him up, put him in your tank, put the adamantium in him. Why are you tricking him into being like, I consent to this? That's so stupid.
I think they may like this may be a thing where like, oh man, we know he would never go for it. We need to trick, but it's still like you beat him.
Yeah. Just do what you did to all the other mutants.
I do like right before the procedure when he says to the lady, I've been through worse. And she goes, oh, no, you haven't.
Yeah, she was like, no. Dude, this is going to be the worst pain you'll ever experience in your life.
Stryker tells Wolverine they're going to put adamantium in him. They dub Wolverine Weapon X. And that's when we see the procedure. Wolverine's life flashes before his eyes. His heart rate goes to 0 before it slowly comes back. And what triggers him to wake up is Stryker going, erase his memory.
Yeah, that's dumb. You know what I did like, though? The iconic shot of him slow-mo ripping out of the fucking tank.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I'm like, ooh, that's classic Huey Jacks Wolverine.
Yeah, and we see that tushy.
We do see that tushy.
Let's see that Wolverhog.
Nice. Again, huge jacked man. This man, the physique is unreal.
Yes.
Something to admire.
Also, I think the memory part of it is part of the procedure anyway. So why say that out loud?
That's the thing. Like, I always thought the Weapon X program is like during this terrible traumatic experience where they're experimenting on you for like that's the thing. In this, it's like a day. It's a day.
Yeah.
You get in a tank and then procedure's done. Like in the comics, I feel as though it was years. They're fucking with this guy.
It is because remember, they even show in one of the future movies that they go back and he's in the program.
Right.
And he's like in like a fucking like a sarcophagus or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got that thing on his head.
Yeah.
Computer thing. Yeah. And in that process, he loses his memory.
Right.
I didn't like it's not like also you just have the ability to wipe someone's memory.
Yes, they do. I'd imagine they had that ability.
Yes, they're
I
injecting.
think the government has the I think the government
Yeah.
has the ability now, brother.
Probably. I don't know. Just really stupid. It really underplays the whole Weapon X experiment. It's just
Yeah.
like, we'll do it in an afternoon. Okay.
It's like, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, again, the iconic him ripping out of the tank makes up for it. Honestly, I'm like, oh, that's a good shot. That's
That's pretty
stuff.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. But he doesn't even really like go fucking berserk.
No, he just has to
Kills,
escape
like two guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like runs away.
nakedly.
Yeah, like Weapon X, I like X-Men is really hard to get into because it's like fucking dense and like
Yes.
there's so much lore. So like I've read a few Wolverine here and there. I've tried to get into X-Men, but it's like impenetrable. You gotta like start at the fucking beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like I know that he kills almost everyone in the
Yeah.
Weapon X program. But here he's just like swipe, swipe, two dudes, I'm out of here.
Well, it's because it's a movie and they can't. They don't want to kill that many people.
Right, but also like he doesn't go feral. Like
I know. They could have taken advantage of that.
yeah. Especially with the whole theme that's going on here is like, I'm not an animal. Like, no, like make them do animalistic shit.
Yeah.
And then like
And dig a
fighting
hole
against that.
and get yelled. Hey, stop it!
No peepees in the house.
Rub his
No
nose in
peepees in
it.
the house, Wolverine.
He runs into an old couple's barn, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Hey, why don't you come on in? You know, you're a nice
Well,
guy."
Before that, Wolverine leaves and they're like, wow, that's an indestructible man. That's crazy. We did it. Like they even shoot him. He gets shot in the head and he just
Yeah.
like brushes it off. And I like how like it hits him and you see the metal.
Yes.
I thought that was cool. But like they shoot him like 8 more times and he's just running. Stryker is like, he sends the gun guy. He's like, kill him. Go kill, like take his head off. You sent the guy whose power is guns to kill Wolverine. You just saw him shoot him in the head like twice. Nothing happened. What are you thinking?
Yeah, you just saw the bullets reflect off of him.
Yeah. Also, why do you want to kill him? You just made him. You're like success. All right, kill him.
Well, because now he's mad at him.
Yeah,
if
that's
if
true.
everything worked to plan and they erased his memory because if he didn't stupidly say out loud erase his memory,
Yeah.
and then
But-
he goes, I think he heard you. You think?
Yeah. He seems real miffed.
Wolverine's new claws are insane, but he accidentally destroys the old couple's bathroom. The old man gives Wolverine his son's jacket. His wife is clearly not happy about it because
Yeah,
she's like, oh,
oh,
it looks
it-
good on you.
it fits really, really nice.
And then,
Also, was your son also built like a fucking Mack truck?
yeah, I guess so.
How is that a perfect fit?
Their son also had claws.
Oh shit.
Agent Zero then kills both of those people.
Well, before that, we get the infamous CGI claws scene in the mirror.
Yeah, when he destroys the bathroom.
That is rough looking.
You know what's funny? I just brushed right past that. At this point in the movie, the CGI was so bad the whole time. I was like, that's the movie here, brother.
I don't know. The claws, I know that for a lot of it, it's real. The claws. Like they injected Hugh Jackman with adamantium. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. It's a miracle he survived. But like they use practical claws, but they still look like shit. They're like too clean, I think. Or like too shiny.
That I think so. I think they are too shiny.
Yeah, it doesn't match with like the rest of because the movie's kind of like a little dirty, and it just I don't know these clean. I don't know. It's weird. I don't like it.
I think they're like make them. Remember, they're brand new. Got to be nice and clean.
Yeah, but it looks like shite.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot more things that look like shite later on.
Yeah, that is for truth, brother.
Like this motorcycle chase after the barn is blown up.
Oh my god, it looks terrible.
This looks so bad.
Yeah.
And Wolverine kills everyone chasing him, including Agent Zero, by destroying the helicopter he's in. Because Agent Zero has to be a prick, and he's like, seems like good people die all the time around you. And he's like,
So,
all
like,
right.
That's a pretty good line.
Yeah. I even like the way that he blew up the helicopter by like,
Yeah, the sparks.
with his claws. I like that. But this slow motion explosion as he's walking away looks fucking awful.
No. Like you can't do a slow-mo walk-off in 2009. Even then, it's like, what are you doing?
That's
like
cheesy.
That's a 2002 thing.
This is a 1982 thing.
Yeah.
This is bad.
Yeah.
That's when they tell Stryker that the only thing that will kill Wolverine is an adamantium bullet. It's like, you guys should have known that. Why did you think regular bullets would destroy? You put this impenetrable metal in him.
Right. It's the plot is so all over the place and like trash. And the thing is, like, Hugh Jackman is doing his best.
Yeah.
Like, he's not bad at all in this. Hugh
No.
Jackman's a great actor, obviously. For the most part, I think everybody's doing pretty well until we get to a certain scene. But like Liev Schreiber is doing great,
Yeah.
like you said. Like even the guy who plays Stryker, I think he's doing pretty well.
I agree. I don't
It's
think
like-
there's no one actor bringing down the movie, but like up until this point, the acting is not the problem.
Right.
We get the school scene with the young Scott Summers, which seemingly just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah. I didn't like the X-Men movies, infamously, notoriously have not done justice to Scott Summers.
Yeah.
And this is another example where it's like he's like, my head hurts. So they're like alluding to the accident that causes him not being able to control the eye blasts. They're like, take off your sunglasses. And he's like, my head hurts. And they're like, well, you got to write it 1,000 times now. And he's like, oh man, it's like Bart Simpson shit. Like,
Yeah,
what is this?
Wolverine confronts John Wraith, that's Will.i.am, at his like gym or something, and that's when Will.i.am was like, we were killing mutants, right?
Yeah, and he's like, what?
Like, did you never pick up on that?
Also, Will.i.am. William?
Yeah, William.
This guy can't act. I'm sorry.
No, but he's also not the worst part of this movie.
No, he's not. But this is around the scene. This is where this scene is where you're like, oh man, this is a bad movie.
Yes, because that's when we get Fred Dukes again, and he's like, "Oh, he's gained a lot of weight. Don't mention it."
Yeah, and immediately he's like, "Hey, what's up? Skinny or whatever." Like
Yeah.
bad fat jokes. And then he's like, "Why did he get mad?"
Yeah. Well, this is also so stupid. He goes, "Hey, whatever, bub," and he goes, "Did you just call me Blob?" It's like, oh god.
Yeah, yeah.
And he goes, "No. What are we doing here? Come on."
And then like for some reason it's like, now you gotta box him.
Yeah.
What?
No.
I don't know. And then we get the information. There's an island. One guy escaped it. And it's Remy LeBeau.
Yeah, Remy LeBeau. But we also see Sabretooth approach Scott Summers in detention after that.
I kind of liked the way Sabretooth is like jumping across the halls while he's chasing him. I kind of like that shot. It was like Crash Bandicoot style, like Scott is running at the camera. And Sabretooth is behind him jumping on the walls. I was like, that's cool.
He's the giant polar bear.
Yeah, or the Rock. Dwayne the Rock Johnson. You remember that in Crash Bandicoot?
Yeah, I do remember that. That was
or
weird.
a Triceratops.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or in the new one, there's that like big mask creature, but they only do like one of those levels in the new one, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe.
Oh, disappointing.
Yeah.
Although the newer game was really good, except for trying to get everything, because it's like, nah, I'm a grown ass man. I don't have the time for this.
Yeah, I got probably like 25% of like full completion of levels. Then I was like, I can't. It's too hard. It's just too hard. This game's too hard.
That's one of those things where every now and then I go back to that game and go, let's see what I can do here. And I'll play it for like a few hours and I'll be like, I've accomplished nothing because I've like already beat the game, like the story. But trying to collect everything is like, this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, you got to like Google where boxes are. And that sucks. That sucks.
And especially there's that thing, like if you play on the new one where it's like, if you lose more than 3 lives, you don't get that gem. I lost 250 lives on one level.
Jeez, crawl.
I'll never even try doing that in under 3 lives.
I think I did that in under 3 lives. I think I did that last level. I think I did it.
No, I did it. I played that level once. It took me 250 lives.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's hard until for some reason it's not. It's like you just like the first time you play it, you're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You beat the level and then you come back to it later and you're like, oh, now I kind of know what's coming.
Right.
Like you're better at it. Kind of like I could beat Crash 2 in like 2 hours because I just know exactly what's going to happen. But like the first time I beat it, it took weeks. You know?
Yeah.
But anyway, X-Men Origins Wolverine.
I like that when Sabretooth is chasing Scott Summers, we see the blast go through the school.
Yeah. That was cool. But like nobody's around.
Yeah.
Weird.
I don't know. Apparently they sentenced this kid to detention and then left.
Yeah. Like, why are you still here writing that? Just be like, I'm out of here. Fuck this.
Yeah, for real. Wolverine goes to meet with Remy LeBeau. Wraith comes with him. We meet Gambit, mon ami.
Now, Robbie, would you say this is the worst part?
Yeah, he's pretty bad.
Yeah, he's rough.
Because it seems like he was trying to do like the Cajun accent, and they're like, just stop. And he's like, no, I'm gonna keep trying.
I'm gonna do my best.
I will do my best.
Yeah,
I will make it gumbo.
Yeah, it just sounds Southern most of the time.
Yeah.
But you need that mix of the en français.
That being said, I do like how they show his powers in this.
How so?
Well, I like how he's like holding the card and you get like the pink like outline happens around the card and stuff. And he throws it and it knocks him back. I do enjoy that.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that was a really good way of showing the comic book and like the cartoon. Hey, look, this is how he uses the card. Yeah. I did enjoy how they showed his powers, but I just think Taylor Kitsch is not that guy, man.
I feel like they really tried to make him that guy for a while. Like he was John Carter from Mars, which bombed really hard.
Oh,
right?
I'm just thinking about this movie. I don't know if I've ever seen another movie he's been in.
I just know that they tried with him really hard, and America was like, no.
Yeah, he's not good here. Sabretooth and Wraith fight. Sabretooth grabs and breaks his spine. I like his like the one thing about you is you've always been predictable.
That was cool.
And he just like crumbles his spine.
It also like his teleportation power looks 1,000 times worse than Nightcrawler's in X2, a movie that came out like 5 or 6 years before this.
Yes.
I did like how he just catches his spinal cord.
Yeah, because he just turns around and knows exactly where he's going to be.
Yeah, that is objectively a cool thing to do. And then he kills him. And the way Will.i.am acts dying is hilarious. He's just like, "Ugh," and he falls over. It's Will.i.am. Stick to what you're good at, which is nothing. I don't like your music either. Got him. I saw a video. It was an interview with him. This was back on Fuse. You remember Fuse?
Yes.
Well, they were like, "What? You know how you writing all these hits, man?" And he was like, "I go to the clubs, and I see what's hot, and I do that." And I was like, "Wow, that is the end of creativity." It's like I just do what other people do.
Did you ever see the video? Because he's a judge on The Voice or whatever.
Okay.
And they're talking to this woman, and she's like, "I'm a songwriter," and they go, "Oh, do I know any of your stuff?" And she goes, "Yeah, I wrote one of your songs."
Oh shit. Oh my god. That's the thing. It's like he doesn't sing well or anything.
Right.
He doesn't rap well, at least not anymore. Like early Black Eyed Peas when like before Fergie, like they were doing stuff that was like relatively innovative. That song with Macy Gray, "Hey Mr. DJ," like
Nope.
Okay, well, it was pretty good. It was like they were doing all right stuff, and then like they got a little taste of that pop, and they were like, "Oh shit, brother, let's make shitty music. Let's make that one song that was played, on every commercial,
Every commercial, every movie, every wedding, every bar mitzvah, every Sweet 16. I will kill myself.
Yeah, tonight's gonna be that one. Crap. Hate it.
Tonight will be the night that I will fall for you. Right? That one.
That's the one. Yeah. Well, yeah. Your boy is doing his best with Gambit, but it's just not good enough.
No. I also don't understand why when Sabretooth and Wolverine are fighting, Gambit breaks it up.
Yeah, it's so bad because it's just like, okay, they're fighting, and Wolverine has the upper hand now, which is cool. Because he's metal now, and now it's just like, okay, now they have to fight.
Yeah,
but like, why?
Just because Wolverine punched him and knocked him out, I guess. I have no idea.
Well, like, why did he even launch him through the wall? He was like, "Hey, I want to kill all the people who are doing this terrible thing that you escaped," and he's like, "Well, I'll kill you." Why? Why?
He's like, "I'm just asking for a ride there."
Yeah, just how did you get there? How do I get there? That's all I'm asking. And he's like, "I'll kill you." And then, like, during their fight, Gambit is running up walls like he's fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then Wolverine chops the fire escape down. And as it's falling, Wolverine does just like a spin of his wrists with
that looks so stupid.
Claws, and it's just chopping the ladder into bits. That looks so bad, that I cried as I watched. Yeah, I wept.
Oh no!
I was like, what did they do to my boy?
Look how they massacred my boy.
They massacred my boy. Yeah.
After the fight, Gambit agrees to take Wolverine to the island.
Well, that's the issue. I'm sorry to cut you off again.
No, you're fine.
After all that, it's just like, yeah, I'll do it. What the fuck was the point? It's just like, it's such bad writing.
I didn't want to relive it, mon ami, but then you kicked my ass.
Yeah, you've changed my mind. Terrible.
We're at the island. We see Stryker looking at his frozen son, because he's apparently frozen his own son.
Oh, that's his son?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because his son, they reveal his son killed his wife. That's why he hates mutants.
Right, and his son is in X2.
Yeah.
And arguably, I think X2 is probably the strongest X-Men movie in the first, before they do the recast.
Yeah, all the stuff that doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't know what the timeline is anymore.
Yeah, and I honestly, I think there's only one good movie after that, and it's X-Men First Class.
That's a really good one, though. That's really
Yeah, yeah, it is. People like Days of Future Past. I'm not. I don't
Oh,
know.
I did too, actually. I like that one also. I didn't care for
I gotta,
Apocalypse.
I gotta see it again, but we'll do them eventually for this.
We see them sewing Wade Wilson's mouth shut.
I did like the scene with the eyeballs. I thought that was like, they have Wade Wilson's eyeballs like open.
Oh yes,
for a
that
shot.
was gross. That was fucking.
I was like,
gross.
wow, that is you really went for it, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. Stryker kills the military dude who's like, "Hey, I don't think you should be doing this anymore, my guy."
Yeah, I really like the fact. I know I'm jumping way ahead, but like, there's like a post-credit scene
Yeah.
where he just gets arrested for that. That's hilarious to me.
I love that. You know what? The one thing they did right in this movie is like, no, we're gonna close that little loophole.
Yeah, because you can't just kill a general.
No. And there was like, there had to be cameras. Everyone had to knew it was him who did it.
Right. And it's very funny to me that they're like, hey, you're under arrest for killing that guy, halfway through the movie. You remember that? He's like, oh shit, it came back.
Gambit takes Wolverine to the island. That's when we see some more gross experiments on Wade Wilson. We also see Scott Summers there. Wolverine walks into the operating room, and Stryker tells him that he's developed the pool. It's obviously just Deadpool.
Yeah.
Kayla Silverfox is there. It turns out she had been working with Stryker, and this is so stupid. The way they explain, oh, we injected her so her fucking pulse was low, so she just acted dead.
Yeah. Oh my god, the long play on this fucking shitty plan is so stupid. Like, hey, have him fall in love with you, make him feel safe, and then we'll get his permission by faking your death. That's so insanely stupid.
It's
I
so
hate,
dumb.
I hate it. I hate it. And then like, oh my god, like he's like, well, you got me. But you know what? I'm not an animal, so I'm just gonna leave. And he leaves. And she's like, well, I did what you want. Will you release my sister, who happens to be Emma Frost?
No, she is not Emma Frost.
She's not.
Nope. They clarified later that this is not Emma Frost, everybody.
It's just another Diamond Woman.
Yep, it's just another Diamond Woman.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they clarified later on. They're like, no, it's not Emma Frost. I was like, what do you mean it's not Emma Frost?
Oh, my goodness. Well, then, so she's like, can you release my sister? And then Sabretooth is like, I'll choke you. How about that? So he chokes her.
And she comes.
And she screams. Nope. She screams.
She squirts.
So, Robbie! And then Wolverine comes back, and he's like, I am an animal. And then they fight. And then he's about to kill Sabretooth. And she's like, Wolverine, no, you're not an animal. Is he an animal or what? What's going on here?
I like when Sabretooth was like, you're going to give me the adamantium, right? And Stryker's like, you would die. Let's be honest, brother. Like, you wouldn't survive.
Yeah, you can't handle it. And he's like, I could take whatever he could take.
No, you can't.
Shut up. Shut up. Who are you? Like, I don't get it. Are you a psychopath? Are you like what's going on here?
I don't know.
Because at the end, he's just like, we're brothers,
We're happy and we're singing and we're mutants. Kayla tells Wolverine that she does love him. He's like, all right, bub. And they go and free all the mutants. That's when Stryker activates Weapon 11. That's Deadpool.
Yeah. Everybody's favorite rendition of Deadpool.
You're wrong. Deadpool.
My favorite.
Oh, well, you're also wrong.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, objectively, yeah.
Deadpool confronts Wolverine, and he's like walking with the kids. Wolverine's like, yo, get these kids out of here. And we see the dudes shooting the young mutants, and that's when not Emma Frost and Scott Summers kills them. He blasts the fuck out of them.
Yeah, he does. He's like, did I do it? Yeah, you just murdered. You murdered.
You murdered government officials.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
they fight on top of this thing.
Yeah, it's like because it's not a real nuclear reactor, it's like a fake one.
Yeah.
So they're on top of like the the big poofy thing.
It's weird. Sabretooth saves Wolverine right before Deadpool decapitates him.
Yeah, he types in decapitate. It's so stupid.
I do kind of enjoy when they go back to back and they're like fighting him until all of a sudden Deadpool has laser eyes.
Yeah, I did like the back to back. This whole scene looks terrible because it's like so obviously on a green screen. It's terrible. But like finally some good like, oh, okay, we're using more than 2 people. How can we make this a little more dynamic and like back to back and like he's teleporting here and there and there. That's good.
It's also a callback to the opening credits, the best scene in the movie.
Exactly. But like that's good. It's unearned because who gives a shit about fucking Victor? He's honestly just been like an obstacle at this point.
Yeah.
But
because he even says to him, the only one who gets to kill you is me. It's like,
yeah.
Okay.
Oh my fucking. All right, Vegeta.
Okay. Yeah.
Fucking boo. Then he does the laser eye bit. I did like how
you like the diamonds?
Oh yeah, that was when I was like, oh, Deadpool, oh my god. But I like how it heated up Wolverine's claws.
Yes.
So that he could chop through his neck rather.
Yeah, he just slices right through it.
Yeah, and I did like how when he chops his head off, the eyes are still doing the laser vision the whole way down.
And it's just cutting through the thing in a spiral.
Also, if those laser eyes are so powerful that they could shoot through whatever that is, he was just blasting Sabretooth like into the ground.
Yeah.
His skeleton should be exposed. But I don't know.
People are dead miles away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that laser was going strong even after it blasted through the wall.
Yeah. But then Sabretooth or Wolverine's like, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't change anything. And Sabretooth's like, yeah, it does. We're brothers. I'll see you later. He jumps down. You're going to break your legs? Like, I know you can heal, but you're going to be down there for a little bit.
And then the big wall is about to fall on Wolverine, and Gambit comes back out of nowhere.
Boo.
And saves him.
It's just bad. I hate it.
Kayla is dying or whatever. Wolverine's carrying her away. Stryker starts shooting him with the adamantium bullets, and it just lodges in his skull.
Yeah. And then he caps him again.
Yeah.
Just for good measure.
Kayla then grabs Stryker's leg and controls his mind and makes him walk until his feet bleed, or basically forever.
So, like, what's the fucking difference? What's the difference of you being like, shoot yourself in the fucking head or walk until you're dead? What's the fucking difference?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, you're torturing him. Like, that doesn't make you better than him.
No. In fact, what you're doing is like, I'm going to let the villain go. Because apparently all you got to do is call his name, and he's out of it.
Yeah. You know what you should have done then? You should have said, turn yourself into the police or something if you want to be a superhero, but you're torturing the guy. That doesn't make you better.
Yeah, but I do also like... I did like how he walked over to her, and he was about to cap her, and he slowly puts the gun to his head.
Yeah.
And then you see her hand on his ankle, but like she's not touching skin, so all she's got to do is like touch your clothes and it works. But either way, very cool.
Yeah.
Like this power, I wish it was used more at some point. But
we see it in 2 scenes.
Yeah. And it's like the first one's kind of like just a little taste, and then this is like, wow, that's cool. You could make someone fucking kill themselves. That's crazy. Yeah. And then she's like, telling somebody to walk until your feet bleed and then keep fucking going is also cool. It's just like you could have just had him just blow his brains out.
It's cool, but then don't say, if I have you kill yourself, I'm no better. It's like, no, because he just tortured guys, and now that's what you're doing.
Right. And then like the fact that they show Wolverine waking up and being like, who am I? What is it? I hated that.
Yeah.
Just like leave him there, and we see him in X-Men 1.
Mon ami, I am Gambit.
Yeah, he's like, we're friends, dude. And he's like, I don't fucking know you. What's my name? He's like, Logan or Wolverine or Logan, whatever. Also, why are they calling him Logan? His name's Jimmy.
Yeah, I have no idea how that came about in this movie.
I always thought Logan was adopted after he loses his memory. That's where he's like, I'm Logan.
Yeah, I have no idea why they just started calling him Logan in this. They never established that.
Yeah, it's almost as if there were like 1,800 writers on this. Because this
Yeah,
movie's all over the place.
and no one was checking what someone
No.
else was doing.
Yeah. And then like we get that shitty post credits.
Hold on, before that,
Oh, go ahead.
we get a terribly de-aged Patrick Stewart.
Oh my God. That is the worst looking scene. And it's not just him. Because, it's 2009. It's whatever.
Yeah,
But all the people running towards the helicopter.
it looks terrible.
That is the worst looking thing I've ever seen. That looks like it was filmed in 1940.
Yeah. Well, then we all see Gambit just misses all the mutants going to the school. It's like, I guess I missed the bus.
Yeah. Maybe I'll come back later. Maybe I'm not.
Oh, I wonder if Channing Tatum will ever get their movie playing me.
So I think that ship has sailed.
Oh, yeah, it has, brother.
Or he'll be in Deadpool and Wolverine.
I think
as
he
a little,
almost
like,
certainly
cheeky.
will be as a cameo.
Yeah. But yeah, then the post credits of like, you're under arrest for that murder you did earlier in the movie. He's like, oh
Yeah.
shit. And then the other one where it's like Deadpool grabs his own head.
Awful.
Terrible.
And then he says, shh.
Oh my God. Oh my fucking God, Rob.
Yeah, you want to go to Letterboxd?
Yeah, I do.
Let's go to Letterboxd right now, and we're going to go on X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Now, are we going to rate this based on it kind of being, it's like a meme to watch, at this point?
I was gonna rate it on quality of film,
Okay.
and I was not gonna rate it kindly.
What were you thinking, Robbie?
I was thinking this is like a 1.5 star movie.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, if you're not looking at it like, you could watch this for a laugh.
Because it's not even that, it's not bad enough. Okay, here's my
Right. It's
controversial
only certain
take.
scenes, yeah.
I think this movie is not that much worse than a lot of the common Marvel output.
Really?
On rewatch, this is no worse than Quantum Mania. This is no
Okay.
worse than Love and Thunder.
Okay.
I don't think this is really that much worse. And we rated those fairly highly. But then when I went back and watched them, I'm like, these are fucking awful.
Yeah, I think it's recency bias.
And, I don't think this is that much worse than The Marvels.
No, The Marvels is a fine movie. It's just not taking any risks at all.
I don't think that this is that much worse than a lot of, I don't think it's better.
I think this is by far and away way sloppier than those. This is a sloppy movie.
I would think Love and Thunder was a sloppy movie.
I agree, but I don't think that's X-Men
I think-
Origins Wolverine sloppy.
Like, I think this is on par with something like She-Hulk.
She-Hulk was pretty sloppy. I would compare this to other X-Men movies.
I'm just talking about the current state of superhero movies and the MCU and Marvel movies.
Yeah.
When you look back, this is not that much worse than the modern day ones.
Okay, I think they both are suffering from the same thing. Too many cooks in the kitchen.
That's very possible.
Yeah.
I think that's very possible.
Because there's clearly too many cooks in the kitchen on X-Men Origins.
Yeah.
Like we said, it's like 18 billion people wrote this movie. Okay, I could kind of get behind that. I would go 1.5, sure. But
That's what
for
I gave it.
memeability, I'd go to 2. But because it is objectively funny to watch the slow-mo walk-offs and Deadpool's head spinning around shooting fucking lasers. That's funny to me.
Yeah, but like the slow-mo walk-off, because this movie isn't played as a parody and it's not played for laughs.
Yeah,
it's just
which
like-
makes it funnier to me.
I get that, but we've seen those jokes before, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like, it doesn't work when like you're not trying to be funny. So I can't laugh at that anymore because I've seen it so many times where it's done just as poorly.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a bad movie. You can't, there's no way around it. It's a bad movie.
Oh yeah, no, I
Um,
agree.
But again, Hugh Jackman crushing it as always. Is he? Do I think he's the best Wolverine? Well, he's the only Wolverine, but like
I was gonna say, who else?
I think he's too
voice
tall.
actor? Yeah.
I think they should get a stubby, hairy dude for the next one, and have him more comic book accurate. Because like, I don't know. He's not like Wolverine is usually kind of in control of this. Like even no matter because he's Wolverine, he can't shoot lasers or anything. He's just like the guy on the team who can't die. So
Right.
like you send him in first, So like, I don't know. I kind of wish there was a little more something like that. But I think Hugh Jackman made it his own.
I think they'll do away with Wolverine after Hugh Jackman. I don't think we'll ever get another Wolverine.
Just the name Wolverine makes like $1 billion.
I know. I don't think they'll do it though.
I think they'll do it.
Maybe.
In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they just kept paying Hugh Jackman to do it until he died.
I mean, that's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it'd take a long time to do an actual another Wolverine. Because you can't just jump into, like, the next movie that has Wolverine in it. You can't just jump in and be like, oh, here's a new guy.
Yeah, I think they'll do X-Men. And then at the end of that X-Men movie, there'll be a little, like, post-credits with a teaser for the next Wolverine. That's what I think will happen.
That's possible. But I don't know.
You'll hear, like, a snicked, let's go, bub.
Yeah, maybe.
And you'll be like, damn.
But I don't know. For some reason, I just don't see Marvel being interested in using Wolverine.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. It's not my favorite X-Men, I don't think. I don't know. I haven't read enough X-Men.
He's my favorite X-Men.
Okay. Who's your second favorite X-Men?
Gambit.
That's a good choice.
And
Who's
he's
your third favorite X-Men?
I don't know. Jesus. We're going to get through everywhere. We're going to list all of them one by one. I like Storm a lot.
Storm's cool. You know who I like who is not utilized enough? Omega Red. It's a bad guy, but like he's like the Russian.
I like the villains. I root for the bad guys.
I like the villain, especially in X-Men. The villains. I mean, Magneto. That's the best.
You know what? The mutants are a bunch of freaks.
Yeah, I'm just a racist human.
Yeah, we know.
No, Robbie. No, Robbie. But like, yeah, like Omega Red's like the Russian Weapon X experiment.
Okay.
And he's got like tentacles in his arms. It's very cool.
Testicles in his arms.
Yeah, he's got testicles in his arms.
Sounds like my kind of guy.
It's really a weakness if you think about it.
It would be.
Yeah. Well, trivia.
I have 3.
I have 3 as well.
Now, in true transparency, I, for some reason, did not take down trivia during this movie, so I just have trivia about Wolverine, the comic book character.
Yeah. Okay. Just to back up real quick, I have a joke that I forgot to tell.
Oh, I can't wait.
All right, the persuasion power on Stryker. Pretty cool. She should have persuaded him to get her medical attention.
That's very good. You want to go first?
Okay. What year does the brunt of this movie take place? So everything after all the flashbacks. Is it 1975, 1976, 1977, 1978, or 1979?
$1976.
No.
1975.
No.
1977.
No.
1978.
No.
Is it 1979?
It is.
Oh, okay.
That's podcasting, baby.
Nice. Hey, what is Wolverine's real last name?
Howlett.
Yeah, it is Howlett.
How much did Hugh Jackman earn from this movie? Is it 15 mil, 19 mil, 22 mil, or 25 mil?
22 mil.
Higher.
25 mil?
Yeah.
He gave it away. He gave away the answer by saying higher. There was only one.
Yeah, I did, Robbie.
Nice.
It's my power of persuasion.
Which issue of The Incredible Hulk was Wolverine's first appearance? 180, 181, 190, 191.
The 180?
It is 180, yeah.
Holy shit.
Look at you go.
Look at me, everybody. Mr. Meeseeks, look at me.
No.
All right. Which X-Men we're supposed to have origin movies as well. Is it Professor X, Magnetus, Gambit, or Sunspot, or all of the above except Sunspot?
All of the above except Sunspot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, has Sunspot even been introduced in these movies yet?
I don't even know. I haven't seen anything after Days of Future Past, so I missed Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix.
Because isn't Sunspot the dude in X-Men 97?
Oh yeah. Yeah, but is he in those other movies?
I don't remember. I don't remember ever seeing him.
All right, we'll find out.
X-Men 100 introduced a combat maneuver in which Colossus throws Wolverine. What is this called? Missile Mania, the Fastball Special, Speedball Surprise, the X-Throw.
Is the Fastball Special?
It is the Fastball Special, yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. That's something these movies need. Oh, wait, we get him in Deadpool, Colossus.
Yeah. I also think Colossus is in X-Men, isn't he? Don't we see a version
but
of him?
he doesn't fucking say a fucking word.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything. I wrote a song, Andy.
No, me too.
That's insane. I also have a pick to flip.
Tails.
It's Tails, brother.
Wow. All right, what kind of song do you have?
Dancy.
Okay, I have kind of a ballad. So I'll go first.
Okay.
And on a dance note. All right. My song is called "I Am Not an Animal," or
It's
"I'm
about
Not
the
an
Elephant Man.
Yeah, but it's also about Wolverine. I wrote about
Wow.
2 movies.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty confusing. Yeah, it's just it's about this movie, but you know, kind of the thing that they don't really do enough of is like, hey, I'm an animal, but like, no, you're not. You're a person, but they don't do it enough. So
No, you're not. No, don't say
yeah,
that about
no,
yourself.
oh, Wolvie, no.
You're not a
All right.
freak. Stop saying that.
All right, it's called "I'm Not an Animal." It goes like this. So many wars, so many people died by my hand. When will it end? I'm starting to relive it all again inside my dream, but I'm not an animal. I'm not who you say I am. No, I'm not an animal. I won't be who you want me to be. Too many times, pull the wool right over my eyes. Too many times you got away with it, and I'm sick of That's my song.
It was pretty.
Oh, thanks. So are you, Robbie.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah, I noticed the blush.
Ladies pinch, whores use blush.
Okay.
That's from The Simpsons. You ever see that?
Oh no.
Marge's mom. She's like,
Oh,
ladies
okay.
pinch, whores use blush. She's like pinching her cheeks to turn them red.
Yeah, it's about Wolverine being, at odds with himself, but the movie doesn't really deal with that. But I thought I'd write about that because that's what it should have dealt with. But yeah, I use my I'm getting my Strat set up. That's usually my go-to guitar. So I use this $100 and something dollar guitar I got. It's a Grote. And I like the way it sounds. So I use that.
It sounded good.
Oh, thank you. Robbie, your song.
My song is called The Wolverine. It's about the movie X-Men Origins Wolverine. And do you know what the only job worse than a hand job is, Andy?
What's
a
that?
rush job.
Oh.
And this is a rush job. So here's my song called The Wolverine. It's based on X-Men Origins Wolverine. It's a little dance number. And it goes like this.
Once he's got you in his claws, you're gonna need a lot of gauze. His wife was taken from a car, found his brother in a bar. Of course they're gonna fight, you know they can go all night. He ain't no freak, but he's more than a man. He's fighting everyone from civil to now. The best mercenary you've ever seen. You don't wanna bother with the Wolverine. Hard gun who turned his back, working as a lumberjack. He hasn't aged a day, now he's gonna be betrayed. Sparring with the blob to get info for the job. Now he's gotta go and see a card player more than me. He ain't no freak, but he's more than a man. He's fighting everyone from civil to now. The best mercenary you've ever seen. You don't wanna bother with the Wolverine. Bro's fighting back to back. He's got some new attacks. Thrown swords from his hands. Don't know about his glands. There is no antidote. With 3 blades through the throat. You're spinning round and round. This building's going down. He ain't no freak, but he's more than a man. He's fighting everyone from civil to now. The best mercenary you've ever seen. You don't wanna bother with the Wolverine.
That was my song called The Wolverine.
Very, very boppy, Robbie.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, fuck. I was running out of time, and I recorded those vocals at midnight,
Oh shit.
and I was a tired boy.
Damn,
and like,
son.
I didn't want to be like screaming and shit, so I did that.
Okay.
And so yeah, that was my song called The Wolverine. I realized listening back, and I've listened back several times, and I noticed this morning too before we recorded, that during the chorus I say fought in every war from civil to Nam. It sounds like I'm saying he's farts in every one.
Maybe he did. I mean, I doubt that he didn't even fart once.
That's true.
Yeah.
He's just crop dusting,
Well,
like gas warfare.
well, I liked it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, what we got going on next week there, Robbie?
Well, next week, we are doing Too Fast, Too Furious.
Wow. Dux Fast, Dux Furious.
Very good. I'm fast, she's furious.
Nice.
I'm talking about the cop that can't catch me as I run from the crimes I've committed.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's why females shouldn't be cops.
Whoa. That took a turn.
Hey, you know what? They don't have the physical. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Those are, I would like to state that those are just Robbie's views.
Andy, what do we got going on next week?
Too Fast, Too Furious.
Really? Have you seen
Yeah.
that one before?
Yep.
Cool. Andy, where can they find our music?
You go to Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, wherever you get your music, and you search The Royds, and you'll find a bunch of songs. And if you like, for all of the podcast songs, and
Ooh.
all of the bonus songs, all the guest songs, all the songs, you go to TheRoyds.bandcamp.com. You'll find all of them. Well over 200 songs based on movies. And that's pretty cool. Robbie, the socials.
You go to Instagram. You go to TikTok. You go to YouTube. You type in TheRoydsBand. There we are.
Yeah.
That's all we really use. Follow us. Engage with our shit. Not our like defecation, but like the stuff we
Right.
post and stuff. That's
Right.
how we promote the podcast for the most part,
Yeah,
and our music. Send us an email, roydsreview@gmail.com. You can also listen to the podcast on YouTube if you're not doing so already at the Royds Review Podcast. Like, subscribe, wherever you're listening to. Give us a 5-star review.
Yeah, tell your friends. We really appreciate you listening. Thank you so much. And next week, Too Fast, Too Furious. We'll see you there.
Bye.
Good evening. I tried something new. Bye.